you ain't like.
What is
You're never reaching that.
Woo crew? It was a Wednesday
And then they jump
morning
along.
on October 4th, 1978.
Yeah, that's just genetic
when a
freaks.
telephone company worker in Western
Might as well
Lyon
have been
County,
created in a
Iowa,
lab.
set out for what they thought would be another mundane day of laying cable in the Rock Rapids area.
Yo, that doesn't
But
look.
they would soon.
Yo, that does not look safe. What the fuck is this? Are these real cables? What the fuck is
Western
this?
Lyon County, Iowa, set out for what they thought would be another mundane day of.
What the fuck is this? Yo, what is this? There's not electricity. These are not electricity poles. Yo, what is this?
Of laying cable in the.
These are not electricity poles, right? It seems so scuffed. What is this? It has to be electricity. Those are capacitors. This scuffed? Bro, this is something like you see in India or some bullshit. Mexico. The fuck is this? Hold on. Capacitors. Hold. Bro, these are capacitors. What the fuck is that? Bro, these like Walmart off-brand capacitors? What the fuck is this? These are capacitors, bro. These are real cables. Real cables. Dude, this is just some wire somebody found and wrapped around. There's some wire shit. The fuck is that?
The Rock Rapids area. But they would soon stumble upon a horrific discovery. A woman's lifeless body lying in a grassy ditch on the side of the gravel road. By the state of the
When are you going to
body's
bed, bro? Seems like a
decomposition,
normal. Shut
it
the fuck
appeared
up.
that it had been out there.
Shut the fuck up, bro. Okay, this will not be a 7-hour stream
For months. But the victim's demise
Don't remind
didn't
me.
seem to be the result of any animal attack.
Don't remind me.
Was homicide.
No, I gotta fix this. I gotta
Authorities
fix it.
presume that she was
Gonna watch a
murdered
couple
at
more stories.
another
One more hour,
location
and then we go
and
sleep.
then dumped in the ditch.
One more hour,
between
boys.
June
No,
and
why
August.
am I bargaining with you motherfuckers to do one more hour instead of you guys bargaining with me to have me do one more hour? Have me do an extra hour. What the fuck is this, bro? Our relationship is flipped. Yo, our relationship is flipped, bro. You guys are supposed to press me. You guys are supposed to you guys are supposed to say, yo, Mini, 3-hour stream, L. Not yo, Mini, 3-hour stream, bro, too long.
Of the same year. Evidently, the tall, brown weed.
Oh, I see what you're doing. I see what you guys are doing. You guys are saying, Mini, I gotta go to bed, so you gotta go to bed so you can stream later tomorrow when I'm awake. Because if you stream right now, you're gonna make me stay up. Based. Now that's true love. That's true love. Look at this.
Littering the area had kept the body hidden for all that time. And to the dismay of concerned law enforcement,
I love you guys,
the body
bro.
was completely
Jesus.
unrecognizable. Her lower jaw was missing, and all.
Look. I gotta start building the community properly, okay? Now, is it a little weird? Is it a little weird that I'm talking about some real nice stuff when we're watching a video of a girl who just got found, right? And she was murdered? Yes. But you know, I'm a weird streamer, okay? But yeah, I was talking to Malik, actually. I was talking to my girl Malik, and I was like, I'm scuffed. And she said, Minnie, your problem is you don't build a community. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And she's like, listen, I didn't stream yesterday, but I told him on Twitter, and I told him on Discord, and I'm hanging out on Discord. Bro, when I'm not on stream, I disappear. It's like, there's no No sight of the dawn, bro. Nobody knows where I'm at. I gotta let you guys know. I gotta let you guys in. But you know what? It's the same with my mum. My mum is like, yo, are you gonna stream so I can see you? Because otherwise I'm just like a fucking hobbit in my cave. And that ain't good, bro. It ain't good for the mental and it ain't good for growth. So we're gonna start switching that, okay? Yeah, I'm gonna start switching that, bro. That's changing.
All but two of her teeth were shattered
Yeah.
and completely
None
gone.
whispers me.
The victim was dressed in light green.
He's like, yo, you gonna stream today?
White patent leather boots. She was
And I'm
naked
like,
from
well,
the waist
now I
up.
have to,
Her
bro.
feet were
I'm being
tied
pressed by
together with a
none.
braided hemp rope. After observing her body positioning, with her arms and hair forward, they deduced
You think she
that
made it
this
through her
rope
surgery, bro? I was talking to her. I was making her laugh, and she was saying, "Yo, Minnie, stop! I can't." And I'm like, "If you didn't want to laugh, then why you want to call with me?" And she starts laughing. Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was good. And I pressed her. I said, "Yo, Malik, why don't we play It Takes Two, bro? The people they need it." And she said, "I would love to. We can play today, but I can't laugh because then I'd die." Right? Yeah, she got out of her surgery. She's good. She's okay. She's just resting right now.
had been used to pull her face down into the ditch, and possibly
bro.
from a vehicle.
Hemp rope,
The surrounding area
marijuana
was
smokers.
searched for the victim's belongings or even her missing jaw or teeth, but nothing was found.
How's a jaw missing? What?
Bienvenidos nuevamente a nuestro
What the
canal
fuck?
Operación Arcón. ¿Alguna vez te has sentido desubicado? Como
Yes,
si algo no
always.
encajara perfectamente en
Yes,
tu
I always
realidad.
feel like I don't fit
¿Has
there.
considerado la posibilidad de que pueda existir algo
Levels
más
of
allá de nuestra
consciousness?
percepción cotidiana? En el
Maybe.
video de hoy, nos zambulliremos
The
en
human
un
matrix?
intrigante tema que sin duda te hará cuestionarte
on.
la realidad como la conoces. Nos vamos a aventurar en los 7 niveles de conciencia de lo que se denomina la gran
Have you guys noticed how this thing is talking about consciousness, but it's using AI art? Ain't that kind of fucking fishy? You know what I think? I think this advert was created by the AI trying to get me to plug into its system. Hell no, bitch! I like my consciousness. Later,
Although
bitch. I caught you, AI, piece of shit, bitch ass motherfucker. See, boys, I tell you, I let the ads happen to me so that I can find out what the fuck is happening. Now I know AI is sentient and it's trying to pull me in. And now you guys know. Now you guys know. So if you get an ad like that, bro, it's watching and it's trying to drag you down. Never let yourself be dragged into the AI consciousness. No, no, no. Human only, bitch. I'm speciesist.
Investigators scoured the list
And I'm
of
racist.
missing people in Iowa and made efforts to check South Dakota as well. Nothing came of it. With no leads to follow, police were empty-handed, and the case went cold for almost
And she was
3 decades.
empty-jawed.
That is, until January of 2006, when a laboratory technician was finally able to make a breakthrough.
Did my mum type, "It's good to know that she's okay"? Mum, she's not okay. She's dead without a jaw. The fuck? What the fuck? My mom's like, "Oh, well, they found her." Now, I obviously know my mum's talking about Malik. But now my mum's going to be typing, "No, I was talking about your friend." See? Bro, I even found my own mother in chat.
By matching
Look, watch.
the
My mom's
unidentified
comment.
woman's left thumb.
I predicted it. My mom says, "No, your friend." I knew it, Mom. I was baiting you. Oh my god, bro. I just baited my own mother. You could say I'm a master. I'm not gonna finish that sentence.
To a
Just
print
play it
card
along.
from the Los
Just play it
Angeles
along.
Police Department.
Oh my
collected
God.
When she had previously
I
been
know, Mom, I
arrested
know,
for
I know,
prostitution in California. The elusive name of this mystery woman, who authorities had been referring to as Jane Doe for decades, was finally revealed to be Wilma June Nissen. It was also determined that she was only 23 years old at the time of her death. In 2007, the Lyon County Sheriff Blythe Bloomendale spoke about his hopes to gain new information by exhuming Wilma's remains and enlisting the help of a forensic anthropologist. He asserted, Wilma was a human being
Yeah,
and
no
deserves
shit.
to be handled that way.
Yeah, no
Not
shit.
just in life, but now in death. Wilma deserves an end to this, and I'm going to give that to her.
Good.
He plastered a
good.
paper timeline of Wilma's life on his office wall to serve as a daily reminder of the
We need more
justice
people like
that
this
still
Blumenthal guy.
demanded to be served. A dislocation of the victim's right elbow and a suggestion of a dislocated cervical vertebrae noted by a medical examiner in 1978 led Blumendale to believe that Wilma may have put up a fight at the time of her death, in which case the DNA of her attacker could have been caught underneath her fingernails.
Wait, why
In
wouldn't they
addition,
check though?
Wilma's pants and underwear
wouldn't they
were
check?
wrapped around her left leg when her remains were discovered, leading investigators to theorize that a sexual assault could have occurred. Exhuming her remains would allow them to check for important DNA evidence related to both of these theories.
What?
However, they knew that because of Wilma's line of work,
Yeah, it
any
could be a lot
DNA
of people.
found connecting her to a sexual partner
Yeah.
wouldn't necessarily lead
Yeah.
to her killer. Blumendale also pushed for DNA testing to be conducted on her clothing and the rope which was used to bind her feet. Her fingernails
How do
were
you even
even
get that
removed from
from?
her body and sent out for testing. Unfortunately, when Wilma's body was
It
finally
was all
unearthed,
fucked up.
authorities were dismayed.
My
to
laptop on
find
my
that her
brain is too slow?
coffin
No,
was
your
filled
brain
with
isn't slow,
water,
Mom.
With
The
some
laptop
of
is
her
slow.
bones
Your brain is
floating
hot as fuck.
inside. Blumendale spoke. DNA is just blown now,
Yeah.
and admitted that this disheartening roadblock felt like
mean,
getting
it's-
punched in the gut.
30 years
Chrissy,
later, bro.
as Wilma's biological daughter, was allowed to enter the cemetery during this emotional process after
Fuck.
traveling overnight to be there. She watched
Fuck.
from under an umbrella, taking in the reality that such a promising lead was lost. Efforts were made to siphon water out of the coffin and take samples of the liquid,
No,
but
bro,
ultimately,
it's just
the
so-
exhumed remains authorities had been looking to for answers
just
were little help because the
You're not
elements
gonna-
had worn away
yeah,
the
you're not
evidence
gonna find them.
investigators were hoping to recover.
Yeah.
Still, when asked why he has put so much effort into the cold case of a woman who may not have even lived in his county, Blumendale simply answered, "It's a homicide. It happened in my county. This is my job, and I will not drop it."
What if Blumenthal was the killer? And was hiding in like plain sight? Holy fuck, now that's a good movie. Holy boys, if I was the son of a rich fucking, like, you know, Martin Scorsese, whatever the fuck, I could write some great fucking murder mysteries, bro. I could fucking write like a motherfucker. In another
At one
life,
point,
bro, I was
the
a movie
FBI
writer.
enlisted to help create a profile of a possible perpetrator.
That would be insane.
About 2 years after Wilma's remains.
But that would be a good movie or a good series, huh? Like the murderer becomes the police thing, and he's like very adamant, and he's actually trying to find out, and he slowly comes to the realization that it was him, but he doesn't remember for some reason. Oh my god, bro! Oh my god, bro! And something drew him to the case. I mean, you guys are in the presence of a genius. You guys are in the presence of a genius. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna lie, bro. My mind, it's something else. It's something else, bro. And then you find the cop, bro. The cop starts to realize that he was the murderer. And a part of him wants to tell people, but a part of him doesn't. And then on the series finale, just as he's about to get caught, he murders another person. Holy shit. And then that sets you up for the next one. Boom. The next one, where it's him trying to find out why he forgot things. Right? Why that thing happened to him. And then he finds out that he didn't actually forget. He wasn't the murderer for the first one. He wasn't the murderer. but he was the murderer for the second one. And now he's thinking, fuck, do I hand myself in? And that's the third season. Bro, come on, man. Yo, if there's some Netflix writer in my fucking stream, bro, this motherfucker printing money out of me. Motherfucker printing money out of me. My God, bro.
Remains were exhumed. The Lyon County authorities took then 82-year-old John Van Gameren into custody. He was charged with 6 counts of felony perjury. He allegedly lied about
82?
arranging strippers for a bachelor party, having prostitutes at his home, and transporting a stripper from Sioux Falls to his house in Iowa.
The AI in your computer is legendary and
Investigators
it will be on
said he
Netflix
lived
by
within a
Xmas.
5-mile radius to where Wilma was found. However, these
Dude,
charges
honestly,
were
I should write
dismissed in
skits.
2010, and he and his attorney reportedly cooperated to
Honestly,
some
I do have the
extent
mind
with
for it.
law enforcement.
Fuck off, Duolingo. My English is perfect, you
Convenient,
fucking
fast,
cunt.
In 2016,
Okay.
even more groundbreaking developments were
Okay,
made.
listen. Listen, there is no... I studied chemistry. There's no reaction where it's a green liquid that's smoking. This is green tint and just 1 or 2 pellets of dry ice. That's what this is. That's what this is.
2016, even more groundbreaking developments were made, and investigators now believe that they have pinned down the culprit who struck
You just
all
have to
those
say it a little
years
more
ago.
clearly.
But to understand the circumstances of Wilma's untimely death,
You know what? I'm gonna create either a show, alright, or something that's gonna be called The Cookout. And we cook a story up. We cook a story up. I like that, bro. I like that.
we must
I
take
like
a
that a
look
lot.
at her turbulent past.
Bro, I have some
Wilma
really
was
great
born
ideas,
in
but I don't do them.
1954
But
in
I will.
San Francisco.
I-
Her home life was
I go
less
sleep
than
early
ideal.
today.
And by the time she was only 8 years old, Wilma's mother had abandoned her and her sister Mona, who was mute and deaf.
Oof.
Her
Oh,
father
shit.
Charles
Oh,
was
fuck.
grossly
fuck.
neglectful, and as a result, the girls had anything but a healthy
Mute and
childhood.
deaf?
They didn't even get the chance to attend school, and were locked in a closet all day while Charles worked. Their dysfunctional lifestyle was so
Oh, yeah,
severe
I mean-
that Wilma still could not read, write, or eat with a fork at age 10. And when Charles lost his
Jesus
job,
Christ.
the downward spiral only escalated. When the little family was forced to move into a cramped car, Mona was often relegated to stay in the car's trunk while Wilma wandered the streets in a desperate search
Oh, bro,
for
stop.
food.
Oh, bro, stop.
Their life held little time for innocent childhood joy, love, or laughter. All they knew was survival.
Bro, she was on the
In
streets.
1964,
She was on the streets selling herself. Like, let's be honest.
Wilma and Mona were taken
father
away from
probably
their
made her sell
father
herself.
and placed in the foster care system. Chrissy told us more about this time of Wilma's life, explaining, "The first foster family had her a year. They loved her and taught her to read and write, and use a fork. I visited them. They showed me home movies, even one of Wilma at Christmas. They were sad to have her leave. But the foster
why
mother
would they-
had a health problem come up, so they couldn't keep her. They did stay in contact with her, though, until she
Bro.
went missing." Despite her rough upbringing, Wilma's pure personality shone through in these years, with one set of foster parents remembering her as a bubbly child and a quick learner. Wilma's final foster family was Vincent and Alice Haas. Chrissy told us, "I was always told that the Haas family raised her, but I found out that she was in a couple of children's homes or facilities. They had her last. But it was only about a year or
Why?
two from what I understand."
Why only a year or two?
By the time Wilma reached her 20s, she began selling her body to scrape by. As the determined young woman hitchhiked to get around,
what else is
she
she gonna
earned
do?
the nickname Boots.
What else is
She is
gonna do?
believed to have married a man named Donald Wellington during this time, and later a man named Robert Irvin, with whom she had a daughter named Crystal Joy. Between these two marriages, she also had a child with a man named Michael Pizarro Sr. But it seems that the year of her death, 1978,
What else was she
was one
supposed to
that
do,
saw
bro?
many life changes for Wilma.
What else?
In February, she left California to move to Atlanta with a man named
doesn't even know how to
Charles
eat with a
Inman
fucking
Belt.
fork. What else is
Belt
she
later
supposed
told
to have?
detectives that Wilma didn't stay long, explaining that she departed from his mother's apartment only a few days after she had arrived. He says he never heard from her again after that. Belt has reportedly been cleared as a suspect. Unfortunately, he is the last confirmed person to have seen Wilma alive, meaning that Wilma's actions from February to the summer of 1978, when she is presumed to have died, are fuzzy at best. At the time of her disappearance, she was working for an escort service in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, called Playgirls, or Playmates. The children who Wilma gave birth to had since been put into the foster care system.
And it belonged to Hugh Hefner. Huh?
The
Did
Haas
Hugh kill
family,
her?
who had fostered Wilma herself, ended up adopting her daughter shortly after her birth, and Crystal, or Chrissy, is the same woman who reached out to us all these years
so they did
later.
care about her.
Sadly, Chrissy was less than a year old and a country away when her biological mother fell prey to a cold-blooded killer. She shared with us that the Haas family was not very forthcoming with talking about Wilma, and that Chrissy only found out her name by snooping through papers when she was a teenager. When speaking about Wilma, Chrissy says her adopted parents made it sound like she had just left the hospital after giving birth, and they never heard from her again.
Así es como conseguí este efecto.
What the fuck? I don't give a
En
fuck about your
Premiere Pro,
effect,
dupliqué el
bro.
clip de baile y lo
Fuck off.
The Haas family is now deceased, and Chrissy
Oh,
says that they
man.
sadly passed away before 2006 when Wilma was finally identified. A woman whose son went to school with Chrissy has been helping her search for her mother for 10 years, ever since she found out about her story. She was the one who noticed a published article about the identification of a Jane Doe in Iowa and passed on the vital information to Chrissy, who was soon on the phone with authorities.
Hey,
Everything
W
happened
housewife.
so fast as the reality of her mother, who she had searched endlessly for, came all at once. Chrissy told us a bit about what finding out the shocking truth behind her heritage was like.
Her last foster family adopted me, and they wouldn't talk about her. I just knew that they had her for a while, but I'd been looking for her my whole life.
Oh
Well,
my
I found
God,
out
bro.
when they'd identified the body. I found out from a friend of mine's mom, found a newspaper article.
When this revelation first came to light, Chrissy expressed, I always
my
thought that she had
heart,
moved
bro.
on,
My
and now
heart,
it's like
my heart for
maybe
this
I
girl.
could have had a relationship with her. It's not like I'll ever know whether or not she would have wanted me in her life, or if it wasn't her thing. Chrissy says that authorities checked her DNA to make sure that she was Wilma's daughter when they first identified the Jane Doe's fingerprint, and sure enough, it was a match. She has been seeking justice for her biological mother's murder ever since that shocking breakthrough in 2006. Although the preliminary DNA testing on the exhumed remains didn't work out, authorities never gave up, and refusing to be deterred by that dead end, they tried a different method.
How?
They began speaking to several people who were known partygoers of Lyon County in the summer of 1978.
So I just talked to a bunch of
Authorities
60
now reportedly have a clear notion of how and where the crime was committed.
They literally
But
talked to a
this
bunch of
intriguing
60-year-olds.
information
Bro, how are you gonna talk to 60-year-olds about some parties from 30 years ago? Like, how? Like,
remains confidential and under wraps for now.
How
as
you
they
gonna
are being
remember any
careful
details?
not to release anything that only the killer would know. What they have said, though, is that Wilma's manner of death was especially vicious. On May 2nd, 2016, 38 years after Wilma's death, another breakthrough was made when Lyon County investigators released a photo of their current prime suspect taken
woman?
in the mid-1970s.
A
who
black
they
woman?
allege could be involved. Lyon County Chief Deputy Jerry Berkey explained,
What? How?
"Our suspect was an escort, a prostitute, a dancer, who liked to rob other escorts, prostitutes, and dancers. Law enforcement's hope was to generate new leads with this strategy.
No.
And apparently, they have since received at least 2 tips to investigate. Despite making the image public, investigators refrained from releasing this woman's real name, revealing only that she went by the stage name Sugar. They have explained that their primary goal is for someone to come forward and independently identify her.
No, how?
Apparently,
Why? When?
authorities have even made contact with Sugar and interviewed her more than once, but she has yet to admit to
But
any
how did you get
involvement
that?
in Wilma's death.
How did you get there?
Still, Sugar reportedly left the country and fled to Canada not long after Wilma's murder occurred, and only returned to America after allegedly being involved in a stabbing. Sugar was a regular at promiscuous adult parties in Sioux Falls and Lyon County, and she was known to rob her contemporaries, a trend which
Sugar.
has led investigators to speculate that the motive for Wilma's murder was robbery. Chief Deputy
she
Berkey
broke the
explained
jaw,
the question
bro.
process that investigators have
Dude,
been
her
conducting,
jaw's
saying,
gone,
"When we
her
first found out
neck
about these parties,
parted,
we tried to interview
elbow
everybody we
parted.
could prove who was at a party. Some people
Woman.
live around here, yet some people don't."
A woman
He
won't
also
be able to
explained
have that
the
force.
people in the western half of our county got very defensive when we first approached them about these parties. What we're trying to get them to realize is we don't suspect one of you, but we do hope one of you will come forward and say you saw our victim with Sugar at one of these parties.
But
Berkey
this
has
is
explained,
so.
"They didn't see Wilma get killed at this party. They saw something that led up to her being killed, and they just don't realize what they saw." According to KSFY News, a man who hosted several of these parties has been questioned, but has not been very helpful in the investigation. However, the search for anyone who saw Wilma and Sugar together is proving useful, and it seems to be the direction where the investigation will continue going forward. Investigators now feel Wilma was likely murdered at a party before being disposed
Oh
of in
yeah,
a ditch.
nobody saw.
But
Nobody said anything.
interestingly,
Okay.
law enforcement's running theory is that the murder wasn't committed alone.
Yeah, I don't think it was. I don't
Based
think
on
it
the
could
cause
be.
of Wilma's death, authorities
Yeah, I
believe
think
another
it's,
prostitute
a
who
man.
worked alongside Wilma in
Oh.
Sioux Falls may have also played a part.
2 women.
This escort went by the name Peaches.
Okay,
and
Sugar
was
and
known to be
Peaches.
Sugar's partner in crime.
Okay, and then was there a third one? The guy called Cream. Okay, because he would make the girls scream. Like, come on, dog. This is.
Though law enforcement has not yet
Hi, Mom.
located this woman,
Love you.
they do know a few key details about her. They say she is a light-skinned black female from Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada. Ultimately,
Seems-
investigators believe that Sugar and Peaches worked
Seems-
together to steal the
seems-
money Wilma had made.
Seems
working
kind of
these
racist,
parties.
bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I have periodically talked to people. The investigator there he's retired. They're trying to find, that's one of the people, they're trying to find another one that went by the name of Peaches. And she was known to rob, she was a prostitute, and so was my mother. And Peaches and Sugar were known to rob other girls, to rob their clients, possibly stabbed people, and because these 2 women were known to have been robbing prostitutes and their clients all over the place, including Canada. They think she fled to Canada after my mom was killed and then had to flee back. She got in trouble there.
It is reported that Wilma June Nissen sometimes used the aliases of Amy Irvin, Amy Belt, Wilma Belt, and Amy Nissen, in addition to her married names of Wilma Wellington and Wilma Irvin. There is still a $10,000 reward offered for information leading to an arrest and conviction of Wilma June Nissen's killer or accomplice.
Too low, it's too low.
The anonymous hotline is 712-472-8334. Chrissy's wish is that her mother's case will not be filed away and forgotten. She is hoping to spread this story like wildfire so that someone, somewhere, who might know something, may finally come forward with the information capable of closing this now 43-year-long cold case. She even made the dedicated subreddit r/Wilma June Nissen to discuss the case.
What I know I can say, I've been going all over the internet and trying to post about it, trying to get the word spread about her case, hoping that someone will see it that knows something. Everything that I do know, I made a Reddit under her name. But yeah, there's people saying I should start a GoFundMe and hire a private investigator. There's people. There's all kinds of things.
It was in this online forum that Chrissy shared. I searched for my biological mother for my whole life.
Oh my god, bro. I can't tell her to just let go, can I?
Just brought around more questions. Later pointing out the sad truth about Wilma. She didn't get to grow old. She barely got to grow up. If you know anything that could help bring justice to Wilma June Nissen's death and give Chrissy and all of Wilma's loved ones closure, please come forward and alert authorities, no matter how small or insignificant you may think your information may be.
Wait, this was the most replayed? Wait, the most replayed was the science shit.
Even more groundbreaking developments.
Most replayed was the science shit and then the picture of her. But you know what's funny? This shit was replayed more. Look at this. This shit attracted more people than the face of the fucking killer. Isn't that strange?
But nothing was found.
More people clicked here.
To some extent with law enforcement.
More people clicked here.
In 2016, even more groundbreaking developments were made, and investigators now believe that they have pinned down the culprit. However, the search for anyone who saw Wilma...
Ain't that strange? That's weird to me. Yeah, there's something especially degrading her or sexual assaulting them and leaving them half dressed. Man, the way Wilma and her sister were treated, yeah. Shit, bro. Yeah, well, like, there's so many questions, man. Let's see here. Reddit. Wilma Nissen? Was it Wilma Nissen? Apparently 2 women did this, but they don't know. Oh my god, bro. I am still searching. ... I still have hope. I still have hope. Still looking. Oh, this woman, bro.
What's going on, boys? And today we are back with another reaction. And today we starting something new.
Bro. Yeah, I might not be uploading this one to YouTube, bro, because I want to say, bro. I don't want to say, you gotta live life, bro. Like, because I have my mom's in chat, you know what I mean? It's very, oof, I just don't want this woman to suffer, bro. Looking for her mother her whole life. And, you know. But making a racial issue breaks my heart. I guess this reaction video, but damn, I don't care how much melanin is someone's in these suspects. It's just they happen to be black. How did they get that though? My question is, how did they get that? How did they get that? Might have found a second cousin. Oh my god, bro. I just want to give this woman a hug, bro. She was missing a lower mandible. Too many questions. Why did they think it was her? Did they work together? Did they have a fight? Two women is kind of strange to me, man. Women don't usually do that kind of stuff. It's almost always men. And then, like, the lower jaw missing. That I don't know, man. That seems extremely... But hey, I'm not the investigator, you know? I'm not the investigator. I'm not an expert. I'm just a fucking idiot with a camera. Aye, aye. Look. No, bro. This message to her daughter. Your mother's life was stolen from her. Don't let your life be stolen by these killers too. Like, at some point, if you don't find out, it's not giving up on your mother. It's not giving up on your own life. In a way, you are your mother's will. You know, just like when my mum's gone, my dad is gone now. I still represent my father. You know, I bring him along with the ride, along with me. You can't stop living life. Your whole life. Looking for your mother's killer. You know, because if there's not enough evidence, maybe there never will be, and you will be there your whole life. Your whole life is gonna flash in front of you. And you wouldn't have done a lot of things that you wanted to do because you were trying to find your mother's killer. At some point, maybe you gotta let go. Not let go of your mother, but let go of the pain inside. I want those people to be found, but I don't want your life to be ruined by it too. You know? Mini, I'd probably search high and low too. Yeah, that's a thing. I would too. I would too, but it's just... I would do it too, and I understand, but it's dumb. It's dumb. No, not for revenge, for justice. For justice. You know? And because that's her mother. So I understand. But it is dumb. It's like the people who killed her mother didn't just kill her mother, they killed her life too. They killed her too. You know, they dragged her down into the ditch too. Don't let them do that. Don't let them do that. Sometimes you can't pull on that string, you gotta let go. And I don't know if anybody has told her that. You know? And it might seem very insensitive. But I do hope they find her mother's killer. You know, the best case scenario is they find her mother's killer and she gets to live life. The worst case scenario is she is always on the lookout and she will always torture herself, right? Like feeling sad, sorry nothing has been posted in ages, there's really no excuse. Like, not a day goes by that I don't think of her. I never got the chance to meet her, but she was my mother. You know what I mean, bro? This is sick. This is poisonous. This is poisonous, bro. I hope she can find the solace, dude. You know, I hope she can find a good life. I hope, bro, listen, how are you holding up? I hope she's okay. Oh, bro. Help show that Wilma's lives mattered. Bro, you matter. You matter. You are now part of Wilma's life. You are her second coming. You know, us children, bro, the kids, we're extensions of our parents' life. Your life is an extension of her life in a way. Live it. Live life. Fuck, man. Fuck. Life has been kept hectic. I've been volunteering at a non-profit cat shelter every day. COVID as exhausted recovered. Oh, good on her. I truly apologize. I still think I have not and will not give up. Oh, bro. Oh, fuck me, man. Oh, this is just extremely sad, dude. I can't stand this subreddit, bro. It's gonna make me cry. This is just... That's just extremely sad, dude. Fuck, dude. I'd probably do the same. Oh my god, man. I hate how she thinks that letting go is her giving up. In a way, holding on is giving up to your own life. It's giving up on your mother's life. You gotta live and let live. You gotta let go. It's not giving up, it's different. It's finding a different way for your mother's life to be expressed. It's not giving up on her life. If you give up on your life, then yes, you are also giving up her life. But if you go out there, you live life, you're an extension of her. You're not giving up. Living life is not giving up on your mother. I don't think your mother would want you to be tortured by this shit your whole life. Fuck, bro, that is that's a really sad video. It's a really sad subreddit, dude. Fucking hell, man. It doesn't make a lot of sense. She didn't even meet her. Well, that's the thing, right? Like, she didn't meet her, bro. That's her mum. She wanted to know how her mum was. You know. Like, I get it, dude. Every human wants to know, you know, who their parents are. But I've talked about this, man. Sometimes there are no answers. And you ask the question to torture yourself. Because there are no answers sometimes. And you just keep torturing yourself with the question. Sometimes you can't even ask yourself the question. You feel me? There are questions that you shouldn't even ask yourself. It's not giving up. Like, it really isn't giving up. That person sacrificing her life for her mother. The killers didn't kill one person. They killed 2 people that day. Don't let them kill 2 people. Do not let them kill 2 people. But you know what? Maybe she is living life. Maybe, she just checks in. It's just, oof. I know I would, my life would be in fucking, bro, my life is in shambles. My life would be in even more shambles, dude. If I was looking for, like, my mother's killer. Fucking Christ, man. Oof. You know what? We're not gonna do some evil react, bro. We do something light, that is. That is, oof. That's a little too much,